November 28, 1994, Columbia Correctional Institution, Wisconsin. A correction officer notices an inmate returning to his cell early. "Why are you back so soon?" The inmate, Christopher Scarver, responds calmly, "God told me to do it. You will hear about it on the 6 o'clock news. Jesse Anderson and Jeffrey Dahmer are dead." 20 minutes later, they find Jeffrey Dahmer in the locker room, his skull crushed, blood pooling. The Milwaukee cannibal is dead, and the man who killed him believes God commanded it. To understand this moment, we go back to 1990. Christopher Scarver, 21, enrolled in a Wisconsin job training program to become a carpenter. His supervisor made him a promise. "Complete this, and you'll have a full-time job." Christopher believed him, but the supervisor got fired. The promise evaporated. No matter how many applications Christopher submitted, no one would hire him. He started drinking heavily, smoking marijuana constantly. And then, the voices started. They called him the Chosen One. June 1st, 1990. Christopher walks into the training office with a .25 caliber pistol. He finds site manager John Fan and Steve Lohman, the new supervisor working the job that should have been his. Christopher forces Lohman down at gunpoint, demands money from Fan. Fan hands him $15. $15. Christopher looks at Steve Lohman. "Now do you think I'm kidding? I need more money." One shot to the head. Steve Lohman falls. 2 more shots, both unnecessary, both post-mortem. Fan writes a $3,000 check and runs. Christopher fires, but misses. Police find Christopher hours later on his girlfriend's stoop. The gun, the check, no attempt to hide. His trial? Defense argues insanity due to schizophrenia. The jury doesn't buy it. Guilty. Life in prison. Destination? Columbia Correctional Institution, where he meets Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer. 17 young men murdered between 1978 and 1991, mostly men of color. Dismemberment, necrophilia, cannibalism, drilling holes in skulls to create zombies. He's sentenced to 15 consecutive life terms and sent to Columbia Correctional Institution, the same prison where Christopher Scarver is serving his sentence. For a year, Dahmer stays in solitary for his own protection. Then in 1993, he requests to join general population, says he's found God, been baptized, wants to repent. Christopher Scarver watches, and what he sees disgusts him. Dahmer molds prison food into shapes resembling severed limbs, drizzles ketchup on them to look like blood, leaves them where inmates will find them. Years later, Christopher describes it. He would put them in places where people would be. He crossed the line. Some people in prison are repentant. He was not one of them. Christopher carries a newspaper clipping in his pocket, detailing Dahmer's crimes. Every victim, every method, every depraved act. He reads it repeatedly, his hatred growing. The voices return with a new message. Jeffrey Dahmer is evil. God is speaking. You are the Son of God. And they tell him what he must do. Christopher waits, quiet, following every rule, the model prisoner. Until November 28, 1994. 3 inmates assigned to clean the gym. Christopher Scarver, Jeffrey Dahmer, and Jesse Anderson. Anderson murdered his wife, blamed it on black guys who didn't exist. Christopher hates him too. They're given mops, buckets, left unshackled, then the guards leave. 3 convicted murderers, one the most infamous serial killer in America, alone for 20 minutes. Christopher fills a mop bucket when something pokes him in the back, hard. He turns. Dahmer and Anderson, laughing. I turned around, and they were laughing under their breath. I looked right into their eyes, and I couldn't tell which had done it. The voices speak, clear, commanding. Christopher walks to the weight room, finds a 20-inch steel bar, 5 pounds of metal, hides it in his clothing. The inmates split up. Christopher finds Dahmer in the locker room, alone, cleaning toilets. Christopher approaches, pulls out the newspaper clipping, shoves it in Dahmer's face. I asked him if he did those things because I was fiercely disgusted. He was shocked. He started looking for the door. I blocked him. Dahmer reads. He knows what's coming. According to Christopher, Dahmer's final words: "I don't care if I live or die. Go ahead and kill me." Christopher pulls out the metal bar. 2 swings, both to the head. Jeffrey Dahmer collapses. He ended up dead. I put his head down. Then he finds Jesse Anderson. Same metal bar, multiple swings. Anderson falls. Christopher walks calmly back to his cell, as if nothing happened. The officer finds him, asks why he's back early. Scarver's voice, peaceful. "God told me to do it. You will hear about it on the 6 o'clock news. Jesse Anderson and Jeffrey Dahmer are dead." Dahmer rushed to the hospital, dead within an hour. Anderson dies 2 days later. News spreads. Jeffrey Dahmer beaten to death in prison. Dahmer's victims' families react differently. Some celebrate, some feel robbed. They wanted him suffering for decades. Catherine Lacey, mother of victim Oliver Lacey. The Jeff heard his worst now, because he's not suffering like we are. Dahmer's mother, Joyce, lashes out. Now is everybody happy? Now that he's bludgeoned to death, is that good enough for everyone? The district attorney warns, don't make Christopher Scarver a hero. This is still murder. Christopher charged with 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide. He pleads no contest for a prison transfer. May 10, 1995. 2 additional consecutive life sentences. Added to his existing life sentence for Steve Lohman, 3 life sentences total. No possibility of parole. Transferred to Colorado, a DX Florence Supermax, then Centennial Correctional Facility. For killing Dahmer, Christopher spends 16 years in solitary confinement. 16 years. Alone. With only the voices. In 2015, Christopher gives a rare interview. He makes a stunning claim. The guards leaving them alone wasn't an accident. Prison officials knew he hated Dahmer. They wanted Dahmer dead. When asked if guards set him up, Christopher's answer? They had something to do with what took place. Yes. But he won't elaborate. He's afraid of retaliation. An official investigation found no conspiracy. The guards leaving was negligence, not intent. Later, Christopher backtracks, writes that the interview was riddled with lies and foolishness. So what's the truth? Severely mentally ill man who snapped? Vigilante dispensing justice? Used by prison officials who wanted Dahmer dead? Or exactly what he claims? Chosen by God? Probably all of these. Probably none. Probably something we'll never understand. Christopher Scarver is now 55, been in prison 35 years. He will die there. Diagnosed with schizophrenia with dangerous behaviors. Deeply religious. Published 2 poetry books. Maintains relationship with his son through letters. In 2005, sued Wisconsin prisons for cruel and unusual punishment during solitary. Lawsuit dismissed. He will never be free. but his name forever linked to Jeffrey Dahmer's. Not as victim, not as investigator, as the instrument of God or insanity that ended the Milwaukee cannibal's life. This is a story about mental illness, about a broken system, about what happens when you lock severely ill people with monsters and look away. Christopher Scarver killed 3 people. Steve Lohman, 27, a supervisor doing his job, innocent, murdered because Christopher couldn't get hired. Jeffrey Dahmer, 34, 17 victims, unspeakable crimes, evil certainly, but also human. Jesse Anderson, 37, wife murderer who blamed black men, racist liar, but worthy of execution by inmates' metal bar? These deaths force uncomfortable questions. Is vigilante justice acceptable? Can mental illness excuse murder? If someone genuinely hears God commanding them to kill, are they responsible? And most disturbing, if prison officials looked away, knowing what might happen, are they complicit in extrajudicial execution? No clean answers, only messy truths. The real villain isn't just Dahmer, though he was monstrous. The real villain is a system that puts severely mentally ill men who hear command voices near the most hated inmate in America, leaves them unsupervised with weapons, fails to provide mental health treatment, then acts shocked when violence erupts. 3 life sentences, 1 for Steve Lohman, 1 for Jeffrey Dahmer, 1 for Jesse Anderson. But who's serving time for the systemic failures that made all 3 deaths possible? Catherine Lacey said it. The hurt is worse because he's not suffering like they are. Christopher Scarver will die in prison, listening to voices that may never stop. Was he the chosen one? Or just another broken man in a broken system that turned him into an executioner? The voices haven't stopped. They never do.